Hey guys, how's it going? And today I have another Missouri replay for you, this time with a different kind of division. This is a Tier 9 battleship division featuring Show Me Your Sits in their Missouri and Maid Shoho in their Frederick der Grosse. Now we're going to push the D side of Two Brothers, and we're going to meet up with a fairly considerable enemy force, and our team at A isn't going to do too well. I'm not sure if I'll be able to comment on what A's doing over the course of the battle, but you'll definitely see that they don't do amazingly on that side of the map. But that's alright because we're going to try to pick up the slack over here. Now we can see an enemy North Carolina division downrange. They'll be a pretty big threat if they get into position to where they can kind of flank me. But there's this enemy Neptune sitting right here, and I don't think he knows that I have line of sight on him because he's just sitting still and not moving. And he's going to pay for it with at least one citadel. Yep, there it is. 13.5 thousand damage going off on him at the beginning of the game. Yeah, he's going to regret that a little bit. So he's either going to heal or he's going to dip behind that island and stealth back up. Basically, he's going to try to get out of my line of fire. So I'll switch my attention to this fairly dangerous North Carolina division. This guy's at a pretty good angle, but I'm going to drop my shots before I get behind the island and see if I can at least put some damage on him and show that I'm a fairly considerable threat that he shouldn't push into. And I actually citadeled him doing 18,000 damage, which is fairly interesting because like I said, he was at a fairly good angle unless he turned a little bit. And I'm extremely surprised at that citadel, but hey, I'll take it. That's a little bit less damage that I have to do to him over the course of the whole battle. And of course now he's angling in so that I can't damage him. Friendly Neptune and Shiratsuyu are laying a big smoke screen in front of us, but it does look like that Shuri is taking a lot of damage. I think the enemy Belfast has him radared, so everything over there is focusing him down. That North Carolina just turned broadside to try to get more guns on that destroyer, and he's going to pay for that with his health bar. Almost 21,000 damage going off, and his rudder taken out. Won't matter because my division mate takes him out quite swiftly. So now we just have an enemy North Carolina. Nope, that one would be in New Orleans. But off to the side, an enemy Iowa is moving in. Now I'm not detected right now, but that's still a threat to me because if I do get spotted, I'm showing broadside to him. And it's quite interesting that we also spot the enemy carrier behind him. The enemy team may have more ships over here, but we also have a bigger presence over here with a triple tier 9 battleship division. So it's interesting that the carrier has decided to come this far over, especially to the point where he's detected. So the question is, who wants to poke their head out next for my premium Iowa, I should say, the Missouri, to shoot at? Looks like this New Orleans wants to go a bit broadside. Now in my previous video I basically nuked a New Orleans for doing that. This guy's going to get a little bit luckier and he won't get demolished for it, but he's going to take a decent hit for 8,500 damage. Hopefully that'll just get him to pull off because I don't really want to deal with him too much and I want to keep him away from my destroyer. Taking a little bit of fire from behind the island, but what is this? The enemy North Carolina didn't learn from his division mate and has decided to go broadside. That's not too bright. Why is he doing that? You can see he's starting to turn out and the enemy carrier is starting to send planes over here. But a little bit too late for that North Carolina. Double citadel, 4 penetrations, taking him out for a devastating strike. So yeah, goodbye. Now these enemy planes are from the Essex, but it is the post-patch Essex with the armor-piercing bombs and, well, I guess they're almost the same torpedo bombers it had before. But since it looks like he's going for me, I'm going to drop my shots towards him, see if I can get a bit of damage off. And my anti-aircraft is actually focused on those torpedoes. And right now he should be dropping those torpedoes just off the side of that island. But it looks like he either messed up or decided not to drop there. And my anti-aircraft is just chewing him apart. He gets me with the dive bombers, but between my anti-aircraft and the anti-aircraft of the battleships behind me, we just chew his planes apart. And it looks like he's decided to engage some float fighters over top of us, so, you know, we'll add to the plane count. Question is, where are these enemy ships? There's still a Belfast and a New Orleans sailing around. And you can see somebody's already raging in chat, and I believe it's the Amagi saying, yeah, fuck this team, I'm giving up. But we don't have to worry about that. We've got this Belfast we have to deal with, and of course there goes the Essex to my division mate. Belfast is slowing down, trying to stop and smoke, but I don't think he's quite going to get it. I lead short, but I still overlead him a little bit, only getting 2 over penetrations on him. But he is within radar range, so if he does back up into that smoke, he's not going to last too long. Of course, it looks like he's figured that out, and he's starting to motor forward. The Iowa's not looking at me, so I'm going to continue focusing on that Belfast. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, almost reloaded. Iowa fired at me, but luckily most of it didn't do any damage. This Belfast is just getting pelted by our team over here. There's the Neptune again, still playing off to the side. Belfast is trying to get away from the team, but he's now showing broadside to me, so I'll dump those guns at him. Iowa still can't quite figure out where he's going. Looks like I didn't do too much to the Belfast. Dropping my rear gun at the Iowa while he's not looking at me, just to kind of distract him, really. And it looks like that Belfast is heading straight for that island, so pretty sure he's just going to beach himself and die. Secondary is going off on the Iowa, of course. He's just barely within their range. Belfast is in fact going to beach himself without smoke, and now he's going to get pounded to oblivion. And yep, division mate took him out before I could even, land shots on him. But that's okay, one less enemy ship to deal with. But it's not looking too good right now. If you look at the mini-map, the enemy team's pushing on our base and we'll have our flank pretty soon. We're down on points, we're basically down on ships except for the carrier. And there goes our Neptune to a detonation. Did get the Iowa, but it's not entirely the best situation. So we've got a Neptune and a New Orleans on the run. The enemy team is taking C cap, or B cap. I think it's B for our side. It's hard to see on my preview screen. I'm sorry for that. And I completely missed that Neptune at range. Then again, I'm not taking a lot of damage from him. So the question of the day is, where should I go to help my team? I kind of want to win this one because I'm on a decent amount of damage. And if these cruisers are just going to bait us to the edge of the map, we're not going to do much here. So you can see I'm still throwing shots at them. Hopefully, only landing 6,000 damage on that Neptune. I was hoping for a deletion. But pretty soon here I'm going to swing my ship around because those ships do have to cut across Bravo. And they might be broadside by the time they come around that corner. So I'm bringing the ship around. I'm keeping my guns pointed towards those cruisers in case I feel like engaging them. Which I think I might empty these gun barrels at that New Orleans again if he stays spotted. But I'm going to start moving back towards where that team is coming around the corner. And me and my Frederick are in a Discord together, so we are chatting back and forth. He's asking me where I'm going, what I'm doing, what to focus, and wow, that was a lucky Citadel on that New Orleans. The one shell that hits him Citadels him and leaves him on 2k health. So hopefully one of my division mates or my own guns will be finishing that guy off soon. But I'm kind of giving my division mate minor updates as to where I'm going. I'm telling him to kind of head for C, but at the same time, I'm going to be turning back to defend. We do have a cruiser over here, and wow, my rear gun actually did finish off that poor New Orleans, so I guess RNG wasn't quite with him. The thing that worries me is my Essex is extremely close to these enemy battleships, and I'm pretty sure they can detect him. But of course, if they're going to come around the corner broadside like that, which the Iowa just realized he was doing, so he turned in. But that Missouri behind the Iowa doesn't look like he figured that out. So I'm going to start engaging him with my front guns. The enemy Mahan just popped up, which is probably one of the biggest threats to me right now. I don't quite remember his torpedo range, but I really don't want to get hit by them. And he's well within my radar range right now, so I have the odd feeling that he can hit me with torpedoes. So I tell my friends to try to focus him down. And it looks like the friendly carrier has decided to hit him too, getting him with one torpedo as he pops his smoke. Now if he does stealth up, I do have my radar ready to go, but it does look like he wants to go broadside, and that's a perfect shot for me to take. Sadly, it didn't one-shot him, but 5,400 damage is something I'll take, earning me my Confederate Award and 2 cap defense ribbons. It looks like my friends are starting to chime in with their guns. You can see the secondaries from the DeGrasse coming in, and he finishes him off. So now we've got this Missouri that's pretty broadside to me, and the next biggest threat, which is the Otago, because that has pretty good torpedoes too. So I have to keep an eye on him, and I'm going to try to Citadel this Missouri, because he is showing a very, very nice side to me. And of course, there's a double sit for about 37,000 damage. And there's my high caliber award. So that Missouri is extremely low. He's within radar range of both me and my friendly Missouri. And hopefully we'll be taking him out pretty soon, because it seems like he's a pretty good player. He's definitely led that push around from the enemy base all the way around to this cap. But the Otago right now is the biggest spotted threat. He's threatening both me and my friendly Missouri with torpedoes, so I drop my shots at him, sadly not deleting him, but leaving him at low enough health that hopefully my friendly Missouri will take him out. Come on, somebody take him before he gets torpedoes off. And there he goes, perfect, the Ibuki got him. So now I'm going to switch my fire back to that Missouri and popping radar to actually see where he is. And there's the torpedoes from that enemy cruiser. I do have to maneuver to avoid them. I think I might eat one because I risked it for that shot. Of course, I'll take the 5,000 damage. And it does look like my Missouri will slow down enough to miss these torpedoes. And that Missouri will go down to my division. So 209,000 damage, but it's still not looking good for us. The enemy has 3 caps and they have 20 points up on us. And really the only thing that was spotted was that Missouri. Now this Neptune just made a dire mistake. I'm turning hoping that Missouri doesn't focus me, trying to get a shot on this Neptune, because if he just runs away, even if we kill the Missouri, he's going to win and actually get a solo warrior. So I'm turning my attention to him, and I just did 6,000 to him and got shot at by the Missouri. But luckily the Missouri didn't do much to me. I think he only shot me with his rear gun. But that Neptune, if he was smart, would be either smoking up or he'd be getting the hell out of dodge and trying to hide in a corner so that he could earn his solo warrior. But of course he's not doing that. He's continuing to sail in a straight line at full speed in a perfect angle for my guns and a perfect angle for a Citadel. So there's my 9th Citadel of the game and my 2nd devastating strike. Will I be able to get my guns back around on this Missouri before the friendly team kills him? I don't quite think so. I think my division's going to finish him off. Oh, nope, it was the Essex. So yeah, wicked turnaround, and I'm absolutely surprised that that Neptune decided to come back and basically offer himself up as a kill, because if he had ran right there, we wouldn't have stopped him. We wouldn't have had the time to beat the point gain that they had, and I don't think we would have been able to take the caps back. There might have been a slight chance, but at the same time, I think some of us were low enough that he could have taken us out if he absolutely needed to. Either way, I'll take the win, especially with the amount of damage I did and the amount of kills that my division got. So very good job overall to my division, the carrier, the Ibuki, and everybody who helped us push this flank. So yeah, basically what I consider a damn good game in Missouri. 235, almost 236,000 damage, 9 citadels, 3 ships destroyed, 2 devastating strikes, Confederate, high caliber, and just to prove how much the Missouri earns, 1.7 million credits and 10,000 experience. Finished first on my team with 3,000 base experience, with my division mates following close behind me with just under 2,000. And while most of my damage was done with armor piercing in this match, my secondaries did kick in an extra 3,000 damage, so, you know, those inaccurate little guns will sometimes prove their worth and, you know, participate, of course, along with the anti-aircraft on these things, which is absolutely beautiful. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Probably won't do another Missouri replay for a while since I just fed you guys 2 in a row, but if you have anything that you guys think was fun, enjoyable, or just downright amazing, or, of course, salty, feel free to send it in, and I might post it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day.